Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it. Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Carolina Panthers. The excitement level around here at a fever. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended at the 33 following a good. Pickup of 8.
At the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch the screen.
Newton now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton flush to his right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 61 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Play out. Let's go, team. Big series.
On the delay, here's Carson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Zebra. We want this.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
I'll go special.
Here's Carson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action 2nd and the 3rd level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
14,
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He lost 4 there. For this offense among the line, what can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they are on the an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, Are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you? Six.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. On first down, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage. Oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
20.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. From him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. Flushed out right. Got a man, it's right. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Seahawks 39-yard line.
33.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
From the gun, here's Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And right with it here, over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Newton now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll need to come from 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
What's the run?
On second down now, it's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Mike 59. It's outfield. It's outfield.
Alert.
Switch.
On third down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like
it
this,
is cold.
and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
Come on.
On second down, McCaffrey. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to go up top, and that'll be caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Olsen.
We got 6 all day.
Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 21-3 is your score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
I got you. Watch twitch. Watch the twitch.
Let's go double count right here. Double count. Alert.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Check 49, check 49. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59, Mike to 59.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on third down. He's going to air one out. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15. Yards on the play, first down.
15 yards. And the Panthers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Step 180, 180, 49. Rip left.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
A toss here to Scarlett. And brought 12 yards there and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
I got you, son. I got you. 8.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity miss there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. This is Carson. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. He's got his man here. It's Gary Jennings Jr. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Trey Boston up to make the tackle. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Watch safety creep.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. And some space here. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check. No pass. Say no. Check.
Back to the air. Wilson after the pick 6. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Gerald McCoy. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw is Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 39 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick 6 there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. Now the 2nd down throw on target. And this is good for a 1st down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 3rd down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. Making the stop that time, Bobby Webb. This is Scarlett on the carry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports Halftime Report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19. And the pressure gets to him again. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
Of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. Now Carson fumbles the football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Alert, 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 alert. All right, check, 59, 59.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Gerald McCoy able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They will start the drive with Scarlett. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run it with Scarlett. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Newton and Olsen here with a connection. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's McCaffrey. And an alley to run. Sheds off the tackle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Throwing is Newton. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Scarlett. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready? Watch it, you find. Watch the slant.
Trying to power it in with Arma. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking for...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big pickup of 38. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Hey, alert. Check third. Guys, listen.
Here's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Watch the run. 19.
Draw play. This is Carson. And he loses the football a second time. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. The 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't dead. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. The extra point now coming from Myers. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter.
Seahawks 17. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now Newton on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Ready, 54. 8.
On third down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense, and having out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here we go. That's it, ready? Great.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton completes it to Samuel. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Newton now perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle.
Check. 154. Check.
From the 38, Newton. He'll get this one complete to Terry Godwin. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a give here to Scarlett. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Check.
On 2nd down and 4, Newton under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped him well short of a first down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of...
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now Wilson on 1st down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wilson gives to Procise on the delay. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 39.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Begin.
On the delay, here's Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the 17, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that is well short, well left to boot. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never...
The Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Newton to throw. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. On the handoff, it's Scarlett. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They turn to Scarlett again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
He's going to look deep down the field, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Wilson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. K1 Short in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. Now Wilson. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Let's see what you got.
Throwing again. Wilson. He hits his running back, Procise. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Mike, 315. Mike, 5-4. Drop deep, drop deep.
Again, Wilson. Open man, it's Vanette. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Defense all day, all day.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.